Okay, let's jump into this deep dive. We're looking at a really specific mission today. It's all about taking these big successes in digital agriculture we've seen globally, especially in China, and figuring out how to make them work, really work, locally in South Africa's Free State.
That's exactly it, the core challenge. We've got these sources detailing a study visit back in July 2025. It was the Center for Artificial Intelligence and Sustainable Development, CAISD. They visited Zhejiang, Shanghai, Shenzhen.
Right, they were looking closely at smart agriculture, sensors, blockchain tech.
Yes, specifically that Alibaba Rural Taobao model, the one they implemented successfully in Langkou County.
And why Langkou is the model for the Free State? What's the connection?
Well, it's the context. The Free State has huge agricultural potential, really rich land, but you've got these deep structural issues, legacy inequalities, limited access to technology for many small farmers, plus increasing climate stress.
So CASD saw the Alibaba model as a potential way to maybe bypass some of those old barriers.
Exactly. How can a model designed for, frankly, massive scale in rural China be adapted to empower farmers in a very different South African context? Their whole approach seems to be built around these 4 key pillars of transformation. It follows the farmer's journey, basically.
Okay, let's break that down. Pillar 1, getting started, establishing the ecosystem. The hubs, Alibaba, I remember, used physical e-commerce service centers. They had trained partners running them.
Right, the Taobao partners. CASD's take is similar but adapted. They're calling them Rural AI Innovation Hubs. These hubs serve 2 main functions. First, they're training centers, digital literacy using the tech.
And crucially integrating local knowledge, right? I saw that mentioned.
Yes, very important. Making sure the tech fits the actual farming practices there. It's not just top-down. And second, these hubs act as logistics points, aggregation centers where local produce maize, sorghum, sunflower, beef can be collected for listing and sale.
Okay, so you've got the access point, but then you need the modern production methods. Pillar 2, that's the smart tech, the IoT stuff.
This is where it gets really interesting technically. Alibaba used IoT sensors, AI analytics in Langkou for managing crops.
And for the Free State, how does that translate?
CASD is planning to scale up pilot projects. Think sensors in the ground tracking soil moisture, drones flying over monitoring crop health. It means smarter water use, catching diseases earlier, real tangible benefits.
But I saw mentions of AI-driven decision support and even remote tractor management. Sounds quite advanced.
It is, but it's practical. The decision support uses AI to give farmers advice based on data, and the tractor system uses GPS and machine learning. It can actually predict, say, if a part is likely to fail soon based on usage patterns.
Ah, predictive maintenance. That saves massive costs and downtime for a small farmer.
Exactly. It boosts efficiency, makes mechanization more reliable.
So the tech helps produce quality goods efficiently. But how do you get premium prices? Pillar 3, branding and market differentiation. How do you stop Free State maize just being a commodity?
Good question. Look at Alibaba again. They created certified brands like the Langkou fragrant sweet potato. It gave it distinction, value.
So CISD wants to do something similar, like Free State heirloom maize or something.
Precisely, geographically indicated brands. And they plan to use blockchain for traceability, so consumers can verify the quality, the origin. Ethical sourcing builds trust.
And how are they planning to market these new brands?
Using very modern techniques, live streaming e-commerce, getting influencers involved, using platforms like TikTok, YouTube, meeting buyers where they are.
Okay, great product, great brand. But the age-old problem, finance. Access to capital for smallholders. That brings us to pillar 4, right? Digital financial inclusion.
Absolutely critical. This was a huge part of the Alibaba model's success. Their Ant Group offered microloans. The key was they were collateral-free, based purely on digital credit scoring from transaction history.
That's revolutionary, bypassing the need for traditional collateral, which so many small farmers lack. How can CISD replicate that?
They're aiming to co-develop a digital agri-finance platform. Maybe partnering with a bank, like Standard Bank was mentioned. And here's the clever adaptation for the Free State context.
Because connectivity and transaction data might not be as widespread as in China.
Exactly. So the AI credit scoring model won't just rely on mobile money transactions. It'll incorporate farm production data yield information, potentially data from those IoT sensors we talked about.
Ah, so it uses proof of successful farming activity, actual output, as a basis for creditworthiness.
Right. It uses that hard data to issue low-interest microloans. It democratizes access to capital in a really practical way.
So putting it all together, this isn't just tech for tech's sake. It's a whole system redesign, from training and access through production, branding, and finally, finance.
It's a systematic attempt to rebuild the rural economy, really leapfrogging some of those historical barriers.
Yeah.
And connecting this to the bigger picture, CAISD is also focusing heavily on capacity building, partnering with universities, local colleges for training.
Making it sustainable.
Yes, and ensuring, again, that indigenous knowledge isn't lost but is actually integrated. Cultural appropriateness is key.
So what does this all mean for the future of farming in places like the Free State and maybe beyond?
Well, it shows a potential pathway, a way to leverage global tech for very local impact. But, and this leads to an important question, something for you, the listener, to think about. If this kind of digital transformation really needs local buy-in, local ownership to succeed, how effectively can a program truly integrate complex, high-tech AI models while still genuinely honoring and, importantly, leveraging traditional indigenous knowledge systems in day-to-day practice? Finding that balance, well, that's arguably where the real future lies.